it comes to building a successful consulting business, clarity as to your focus, which is that one thing for which you want to be known, is key to your success. Your focus is the foundation of your business. It impacts how you define and find your ideal client, how you go about marketing you, building awareness of what you do. And it even comes into play as you deliver your services. Clarity as to your focus helps you become known as that go-to expert, that go-to consultant. However, it is super easy to make mistakes when it comes to your focus. And there are 3 common mistakes that many, not all, consultants make. They're so common, I've actually named them because I see them frequently enough. The first I call the jack of all trades, the master of none. I could very easily have called it the curse of expertise. This is where you have so much expertise in so many different areas, you struggle to define what is that one thing for which you want to be known. There are a number of videos out on this channel that discuss how to come up with your focus, how to come up with that one thing, and I will note some of them down below in the description area. The second common mistake I see consultants make, well, I call it the drifter. This is where you drift away from your focus and your business spirals down. And that's what this video is about. And the third is called the hesitator, where you're known as an expert, but you hesitate to make some changes when change is necessary. I'll discuss the hesitator in a future video. Hi, I'm Laura Burford, and I help independent consultants at Solo Consultant build and grow their own consulting business. I do it by embracing a less is more philosophy, which enables you to create and connect with the right people who become clients, so that you have consistent revenue and you can live life on your terms. In other words, I help independent consultants master consulting. If you would like to discuss your consulting business and what it takes to master consulting so that you have a framework in place and you can work with clients as you create new clients, schedule some time to talk. I have added a link to my calendar in the first comment below. If you're not interested in talking, but you're interested in assessing where you are with your own consulting business, download the consultant assessment document. You will find a link in the description area as well as the first comment below. Finally, if you would like some additional videos such as this, providing you insights into consulting, subscribe to the channel and click the bell. If, as you listen to this video, you find this video helpful, a thumbs up would be appreciated. And now let me talk about what I mean by the drifter focus mistake. As you grow your business, it's very easy to let your focus drift. And the result is your business starts to spiral downwards. Maybe drift isn't the right word, but let me explain what I mean with the help of a fictional story about an independent consultant who is finally getting known as that go-to consultant, that expert, when all of a sudden she wasn't anymore. Although this is a fictional story, it is based on a real-life independent consultant. Taylor, I like to name my characters, is a skilled consultant with a clear focus on streamlining and improving business operations. Her suggestions and processes are effective, efficient, and simple. Her clients like her. Her clients' end results are they end up with an operation that has improved customer satisfaction And the processes end up leading to overall business growth. Oh, great. As her reputation spread, clients sought her out. And for the first 3 years, Taylor's consulting business thrived. She grew it from year 1 to 2 to 3. Her clients knew exactly what to expect from her. They ended up with clear strategies and operational improvements that transformed their businesses. Their businesses grew. Her clients raved about her. And as I said before, she was starting to get known as the go-to consultant. You don't get that title overnight. It takes time. But something happened. Taylor started to get restless. She had her focus, which was streamlining operations, and she had one service, one-to-one consulting, where she would go in and assess and work with the client to improve how they operated. But as I said, she grew restless. She saw other consultants expanding into different areas, such as digital marketing and leadership coaching. And what happened is Taylor thought, I want to grow my business. I see what they're doing. I could do all of those things too. And she asked herself, why should she limit herself to just streamlining operations? And here's where Taylor started her spiral downward movement with her business. Instead of spending her time focusing on only operational efficiencies and how she could enhance her skills in that area and her services that tie to operational efficiencies, she began offering a range of new services, which didn't tie to her focus. She decided, yes, she could do digital marketing, and her digital marketing strategies were decent. Not great, but decent. And her leadership coaching was helpful. But none of what she was doing had the same impact on her clients as her operational efficiency consulting work. And as she spent more time with these other services, her clients and potential clients became confused. Some clients reached out asking, are you still offering operational consulting? That's what I know you for, and that's how you've helped us. But are you still doing it? Or she heard, I have someone I would like to refer to you because I think they can use your help. But I wasn't sure if you were still offering the same services. Are you still helping clients improve their operations? Ouch, comments like that hurt. People weren't seeing Taylor for what she could do. But Taylor kept moving on. She kept working on digital marketing services and leadership coaching. And as she did, her business continued to spiral downward. It wasn't growing. Her identity as the go-to expert for streamlining operations was fading, and her revenue was taking a big hit. It was fading too. One day, one of her best clients, when I say best, it was one of her first clients who had been with her and had been speaking with her and using her, I should say hiring her, for 3 years, said, we used to count on you for the best operational advice. But now, we're not sure about that anymore. When Taylor heard this, she did sit back. This was a wake-up call for her. She realized she was doing something wrong. The business wasn't growing, and now she was losing clients. Taylor and her business were spinning out of control. She saw how too many services that were not aimed at streamlining ops was causing confusion and uncertainty. People, including her best clients, could no longer clearly define why they should hire her. They weren't referring her to other people. She was no longer being looked at as an expert. She was no longer the go-to consultant. The title that she had worked so hard to grasp and she was on the edge of was disappearing. Taylor decided to go back to her roots. She followed a less is more approach. Anything that was not tied to streamlining ops was sunset. She refocused her efforts on what she did best, helping businesses streamline their operations and improve their processes, becoming more efficient. And she helped them grow. They improved their bottom line. Here's the thing. It took time for Taylor to rebuild her reputation. Actually, it took several years. But clients once again knew her as an expert in ops, and the revenue stopped disappearing. She started to grow again. That spiral downward movement started going the other way. It started going up. The problem was it did not happen overnight. So is there a moral to this story? Of course there is. Like Taylor, it's super easy to become distracted. It's super easy to lose focus on what's important for your business. But if you want to succeed, you need to be true to that one thing for which you want to be known. You need to resist the temptation to spread yourself too thin by providing services that deviate from your focus. When you deviate from your focus, your clients and potential clients become confused. Your value becomes unclear. Staying focused on what you do best ensures clients continue to seek you out, ensures clients look at you as that go-to consultant. Keeping your business on track and helping you grow. In Taylor's case, she was getting known as that go-to consultant when she deviated. She went off the path. She went off the path because she was restless and she was looking at what other people were doing. She was never completely that go-to consultant. She was there. She was right on that edge. And she lost it. And she had to rebuild. A costly mistake. But one that she was able to overcome. I want to be clear. Your focus is your why and your what. It is the one thing for which you want to be known. Don't confuse your focus, that one thing for which you want to be known, with your services, your how. Taylor's focus was on streamlining operations. She was focused on helping mid-sized businesses with their operational processes so that they were efficient, effective, and what she helped them put in place was simple. It wasn't overly complicated. How she was doing it was with one-to-one consulting. She was working one-to-one with the owners, key people within the business. Now, here's the key. If Taylor had wanted to expand the business, she could have. She could have maybe added some additional services that tied to her focus. One way that Taylor might have expanded her business, but remained true to her focus, was to offer business owners who fit her ideal client criteria operational efficiency workshops. I'm sure you can think of a few other ways that she could have expanded her services to help her grow, but remain true to her focus. To recap, there are three common focus mistakes that consultants make. The first are referred to as the jack of all trades and the master of none, or the curse of experience. This is where the consultant struggles to focus on one thing. They can do 5 things, 10 things, and they try to do it all. Many times when somebody's new to consulting, they make a mistake in this area. But I've seen consultants, independent consultants with 8, 9, 10 years of experience struggle and make this mistake. The second mistake I refer to as the drifter mistake, and that's what this video is about. This is where an independent consultant is tempted to offer services that are not tied to their focus and for what they are known as the go-to expert or becoming known as a go-to expert. And when they start adding services that don't tie to their focus, their business spirals down. Their clients become confused as to what they want to be known for, and the revenue also starts to disappear. The last mistake I call the hesitator mistake. And this is where the independent consultant doesn't make changes to their focus or their services, trying to stay true to that one thing they want to be known. But the world is changing and they can't hesitate. They need to move on. I'll discuss the hesitator mistake in a future video. If you would like to know more about the jack of all trades, I have notated some videos down in the description area. Help yourself to them. Most of them are around how to define your focus. Now, thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. If you would like to discuss your consulting business and how to master it, consider scheduling some time with me. My calendar is in the first comment below. If you're not interested in talking, but you want to assess yourself, grab the consultant's assessment document. There's a link in the description area as well as the first comment. Interested in more insights such as this? Subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and give me a thumbs up. Now, until the next Consulting Insight, take care, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.